character, Abigail, displayed qualities that honor Jehovah, of course, from the Insight book. And the theme, or I'm sorry, the setting is a parent reasoning with an adorable child. So let's
Mommy, I have a question about the Bible story from last night. You told me we need to listen to Daddy because he's the head of the house. But Abigail did the opposite of her husband. Why is that a good example?
You know, Emma, that's a really, really good question. You know how in the past we've talked about how as much as we love and respect each other in the family, like us to Daddy, like you were saying, or him to us, that it's actually more important that we love Jehovah the most?
Yeah.
Good. You know, Abigail was actually a good example of someone who loved Jehovah the most. Now, the story of Abigail and David happened before David started ruling as king, but Jehovah had appointed him as future king. And this was a hard time for David because he was running and hiding in caves from wicked King Saul. But despite all that, he was kind and took care of Nabal's sheep and shepherds. Wasn't that a nice thing for him to do?
Yes, he didn't have to do that.
No, he didn't. And so because he did such a nice thing and he was Jehovah's chosen one, should Nabal have treated him so badly?
No.
No, of course not. And Abigail knew that. So she wanted to do something. You know, let's look in our Bibles, because if we look in the Bible, we can find out even more about the story. Let's go to 1 Samuel 25, and we're going to read 18 and part of 19, okay? So Abigail quickly took 200 loaves of bread, 2 large jars of wine, 5 dressed sheep, 5 seah measures of roasted grain, 100 cakes of raisins, and 200 cakes of pressed figs, and put all of it on the donkeys. Then she said to her servants, "Go on ahead of me. I will follow you." We'll stop there. So you see, she wanted to right the wrong. She sent all of these very nice gifts to David and his men, try to make things better. And do you remember how David felt? Like, how angry was he when Nabal first was nasty to him?
Yes, I remember in the story he was so upset he was going to kill Nabal and all the men in his house.
That's right. And now, would that have been okay? I mean, we could understand how angry he was, but would it have been right to kill all those men, especially innocent ones?
No, that would be murder.
Yes, it would be. And Abigail didn't want him to be blood guilty, so she wanted to bring it to his attention. So let's look at another verse, and we'll see what she did. Let's see verse 26 there, same chapter, 25, verse 26. "And now, my Lord, as surely as Jehovah is living and as you are living, it is Jehovah who has held you back from incurring blood guilt and from taking revenge with your own hand. May your enemies and those seeking injury to my Lord become like Nabal." You see, she needed to bring it to David's attention how Jehovah would feel if he carried out this act. But did she say something like, "You know better than that. You shouldn't be treating people like this and getting so upset"? Did she say that?
No, she said it in a nice, respectful way.
Yeah, she was very respectful, you're right. And she was also very humble. You know, her husband was very rich. They lived in a great place, and here David was living in caves. She could have said, "Well, what do you know? You're living in a cave. You're like a runaway criminal." But she didn't talk like that. Instead, you know what? Let's see how she approached him. We can read that in the Bible, too. Can you read verse 23?
Yeah. When Abigail caught sight of David, she hurried down off the donkey and threw herself face down before David, bowing to the ground.
That's right. You see that? She treated David as more important than herself. She was showing humility. It's true, she didn't follow after her husband, but was Nabal showing respect for Jehovah, for his arrangement, and for his future king?
No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't. And because there was no way to reason with him, there was no way to change him, and Abigail knew that, she really wanted to honor Jehovah and his arrangement. She loved Jehovah most. And she showed that by her humility and her respectfulness, her good sense. She was quick to take action, so much so that David was moved to praise her. You want to see what he said? Let's look at verse 32. Turn the page over. It says there, 32-33, "At this David said to Abigail, 'Praise Jehovah, the God of Israel, who sent you this day to meet me, and blessed be your good sense. May you be blessed for restraining me this day from incurring blood guilt and from taking revenge with my own hands.'" David had a lot of reasons to praise her like that. And Jehovah certainly loved her and her loyalty. He really did love her. Can you see now why she was such a good example?
Yes, because she loved Jehovah most, and even though her life wasn't easy, she cared most about doing the right thing and honoring Jehovah.
That's right. And you know what? I cannot wait to meet her in the paradise.